First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. 18 David. Check nine, check nine. H3, 218, chopper, chopper. Crunch.
On first down, Evans. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Get the ball. He's coming. Double up, double up. General, Max. Go.
2nd and 2. He completes it to Evans. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Going to give this time to the tailback. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards into Chicago, first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Off the play fake. Martinez. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory.
But things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan today, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Looking to throw. Martinez. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Gets past one man. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Allen now on first down. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Allen off the play fake. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Throwing is Allen on third. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. And he is the NFC rating offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab it.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. On play action, Allen. Wide open receiver, complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They'll run it with Johnson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Allen, incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and that'll make it 3rd down.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. Now a first carry for their fullback. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. Throwing on 2nd down. Allen into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Check.
They'll run on first down. Carlisle, and he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Sometimes you get just a little over-eager defensively when you've got people backed up because the mentality is to attack, take the ball away, or at worst, just keep them backed up there for your own offense. They actually used their aggressiveness against him on that one and hit him big.
Absolutely. Had him pinned on the 2. Not anymore. Martinez on 1st and 10. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Martinez. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
On the ready.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now throwing on first down and completing it. A gain of 6 there on first. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Throwing on first down is Allen. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now this throw caught left side. 23 yards the pickup there. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Set. 15 lining, 15 lining. Echo.
Here's Martinez from the gun on 3rd down. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the 1st down.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A 2-yard touchdown grab as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Fielded at the 33. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A huge play there for Chicago. 49 yards on the ground. They come out here in the eye.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. They can't hang with us. Big edge, big edge. Come, come.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown as the Bears push further out in front. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
And I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and the nose of the football. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is taken at the 15. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have been red hot, sometimes white hot here in this first half. They're just looking to add to that total right now.
And this has to serve as a reminder to myself because so many times I get wrapped up in the play calling, how they sequence things, how it's run. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's still execution. Those guys out on the field, and right now they are locked in and really looking good.
They'll try to continue to be locked in here as we get ready to approach halftime. To throw is Martinez. To throw on second down. He's going to loft one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. So with a big gainer anyways, they'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down to the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
Zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal.
4 down, 4 down. Jam. Hey, go.
Martinez now operating from the gun to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
59 Mike, check.
2nd and 3. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. From 3 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lift your wings at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw, and lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. On first down, Akers. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 40.
They'll keep it on the ground. Akers. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Just enough to get the first down there with a 1-yard pickup. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sack back at about the 43-yard line. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
Ready? 10 Lobo. 50. I got you. I got you. Ready?
Back to throw here. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
First down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
59. Ready, go.
Now Martinez off the play fake, going for the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Throwing again, Martinez, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Buying time to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Here's Hill on the return. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
This quarterback now 3 out of 5 since taking over as he's given his guys a first down. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Ready. 15 line. 15 line. 5.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 2nd and long. And that's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Give him 32 on the play. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time. And now it's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. 2nd and 10. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Kill on, go on. Turn up. Kill, turn up. Let happen.
Martinez throwing on 1st down. He's going to take a shot right away. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Bears turn that interception into a touchdown. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. We'll leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
At the 20-yard line.
Looking to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll drop the throw. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The Lions take over
Who's got this?
at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. It's a big play there for the Lions. 56 yards on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try the left side. Akers. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. What a game this defense continues to play, huh?
Yeah, they've been aggressive from the first snap, and they've controlled this ball game. But right now, if you're on the other side of the ball, you got to match that.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7. Yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. They'll keep it on the ground. Carlisle. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll keep it on the ground. Carlisle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And they will take a knee here.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the Lions' 26-yard line.
Let's go now. 50, plant. 39. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, huh? Ready, ready.
And they take a knee.
The quarterback loses. It's a loss of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Chicago, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Good day, gents. Another day, another dollar I ain't making.
Hey, that boy Josh Miller balling, bro.
Yeah.
He beat leg in.
Man, that's twice, ain't it?
Yeah, he swept.
Yeah.
He beat him 26-7 this time.
That nigga's better, yeah. That nigga team on the level of like the loaded ass teams we see in most leagues, bruh. That nigga team has 0 holes, yo. He ain't got no excuse but to win.
True.
I don't care what that nigga say, bruh. He ain't got no excuse but to win with that team.
Hey, yo, Chris, who's the 49ers?
In what league?
In OTS.
I don't know. It's probably the guy who didn't leave OTDS.
I don't know who that is.
So you gotta figure out who that is.
I don't know who that is.
What?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is either. I know somebody left OTDS. I don't remember who it was.
It was Antonio.
Nah, he know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when that bum ass nigga left.
Oh, Steve-O. I thought he always doing it, bro.
Yeah, I always do that shit. I shouldn't even allowed it, honestly. I should have been like, nah, nigga, you started off at OTDS, so if you gonna leave a league, you gonna have to leave OTSS. Of course he left the league, he gonna stay in the league that's easier to fill.
No, I would never.
You're a scrub.
Big scrub, bruh. Oh, bum ass nigga. It's all good though. We still love him. He's still family.
Still garbage.
Pure garbage, but he family. There's always one. There's always one garbage dude in the family.
What you doing, Steve-O?
Looking at these abilities I just got.
What you get?
Eagles got mossed.
Ooh.
Oh, you mean the nigga you just robbed from the fucking...
Yep. That's your boy, Chris.
We just lost that nigga a long time ago, bro.
I need to get that man and get him extracting like the next 2 games, bro.
The funny part about it is, that nigga Brian had hit me up. It was like, so he was like, you think that deal was a bad deal? I'm like, bruh, in reality, not. It's not really a bad deal. I'm like, what makes it a bad deal is the fact that you gave me Randall Moore last year, and now you trade the other best young runner.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you gotta keep one of them. I'm like, I'm a firm believer of everybody got a price. But at the same time, I'm like, bruh, I told him, I'm like, you see me, nigga, certain niggas ain't got no price, bro. I don't give a fuck. Like, you just not getting niggas. Like, I've been thinking about trading Zeke for a couple seasons now. Zeke ain't going nowhere, bro. I don't give a fuck. He just not going nowhere.
He gonna retire.
Yeah, I gave Zeke a brand new 4-year deal, bro. He ain't going nowhere. Me and Zeke, we gonna work it out.
Damn, you said 4 years?
Yeah. He got 4 years, nigga. Zeke here for the long haul.
How old is that man?
He 30.
Damn,
And I could probably regress him if I
years?
wanted to.
I miss Julio, man. Create me one, man.
Julio retired because he was tired of being with that trash. That's what happened.
Fuck you.
Yo, it's crazy you start doing good when Julio retires.
Man, Pac always been good. It's just the first time he been in that.
I just can't get past goddamn Lloyd, man.
Yeah, he always been right there. Like shit, like the last 2-3 years, that nigga missed the playoffs by like a game.
A game, bro. And I went like 10-5. No, like 11-5.
11-5. Yeah, I think one year you went 11-5. One year you went like 10-6.
Bro, you damn near gotta go undefeated to get in the goddamn playoff, bro.
Like I remember, the year you went 11-5. That's the year Fonzo went like 13-3.
3, yeah.
And Terrence went 12-4.
Yeah, bro, you can't lose no games.
Chris
bro.
Jones was 12-4. And then Yeah, and then what really had niggas mad was because you go look at the NFC West and Rodney won that shit at 8-8.
Bro, that shit was so sad.
Bro, niggas was tight, bro. I remember that season because John and Pop was tight, bro. Because John was like 10-6.
I think I had beat.
Yeah, and then y'all two was talking. That nigga Rodney got in at 8-8.
Bro, he got his ass whooped, didn't he?
Yeah, he got his ass whooped week 1.
All the damn time.
That nigga Rodney got mud hole stomped. That shit was funny as hell that season, bro.
Jason B. John?
Yeah, this week. Yeah, this same thing in the AFC, nigga. I'm sitting at 7-4, and I'm out the playoffs right now. This shit bad, bruh. You can't miss no
My division's too close, bro. I hate being that close to them. I still got Rob on the schedule. Always get lucky.
Hey, that boy is rolling with the Raiders.
Yeah, I got his ass today, though.
I seen that shit.
Yeah, we got in his ass.
I just can't be in one league. I don't know how you do it.
Hey, honestly, man, I had to, for real.
What you say?
I said I had to, for real. Homework was